Have you figured out your niche? Are you helping adding value to other people's lives? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Munira's Musings with your host, co-author of Conversations with Top Real Estate Investors Volume 3, Munira Zahabi.
Greetings from Chicagoland. This is Munira, the CEO and founder of Gizmet Ventures. I am also the niche navigator, and I help people find their niche and markets to it. I have my guest today is Garnes.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm good. Hi, Glenn. Where are you calling us from?
I'm in Laurel, Maryland, beautiful downtown Laurel, Maryland. Nobody knows where that is.
But it's Maryland, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For those of you for the people who know a little bit about Maryland, we're about halfway between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw that on a train once because I was working at Johns Hopkins, and then every weekend I would go to Washington, D.C. to look at the museums because I had nothing to do, so that's what I did.
Absolutely. All right, so we're smack in the middle. We're 30 minutes to Baltimore, 30 minutes to Washington, D.C.
That's awesome. So that's perfect. So thank you for being on my show. I am honored and humbled that you're here.
My pleasure.
I do these shows because I asked somebody one time, I said, what is your value and how do you tell people what you're doing? And she had no idea. All she did was she marketed a product. So I thought maybe I should just go out there and find these people who are adding value and enhancing other people's lives by doing whatever they're doing, but then have an interview with me so they can, one, teach me something, teach everybody else something, and then also this is my way of exposing them and promoting them in my way.
Fantastic. It's a great idea, and it's a perfect use of today's technologies, as you know. I like to use technology to enhance relationships, not replace them.
There you go. So thank you so much. I met you on Facebook, and so tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a retired attorney, which is unusual because most attorneys go to their grave as attorneys, which is why they go to their grave. But I gave up the practice of law about 14 years ago, and I tell this story real quick. I felt like I was being very limited in my ability to make an impact in the world. And even though my bank account was full, my heart was empty. And I wanted to find a way to make a bigger impact. And I knew that I could do that through teaching. So I started off by simply teaching other business people how to generate more business for their businesses. And that evolved into a course. It evolved into an organization. It eventually evolved into this $500,000 TV and radio studio setup where we now support subject matter experts in their ability to create online courses and to teach and train and coach other people on the topics that they have an interest in. So I know that I'm having a bigger impact today than I ever would have representing clients one at a time in a law firm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. See, and you found your niche, right?
I found my niche. That's exactly right. And, you know, we specialize here for our purposes in all self-help education. Like we don't teach people how to code software or become, certified in other things. We're all about the soft skills. And so that's a big niche, but it is a niche nevertheless.
But you also tap into the expertise of other people who are coming in and joining your organization, right?
Absolutely. In fact, our whole infrastructure is designed to support other experts. Obviously, I'm not expert at everything, and I'm not trying to be. What I am trying to do is to give other experts a voice and give them an opportunity to reach their ideal clients so that they can serve more. And of course, that's important because, the more voices you have in the village, and our parent company is called Village Connector, the more voices you have in the village, the more likely someone is to find one that resonates with them. You can have 10 people all teach you on the same topic, but for some reason or another, you'll receive it better from person B than person D. They're both great, but it's a matter of who you're attracted to.
That's awesome. That's so true because, that's why there's so many coaches out there and people resonate with the one they need to be resonated with. So
Exactly.
you look like you're sitting in a radio studio.
Yeah,
Tell me about
this is our radio room. Next door, right through this wall here, we have a TV studio where we have multiple sets, virtual sets, physical sets. We have the ability to record, live stream, or record and live stream. I was telling you, we just completed a 3-day event where we live streamed on Facebook Live for 8 hours a day. Over 40 coaches came in either through a pre-recorded video or through Skype, or they physically came into the studio to do a 20 to 30-minute presentation. We did that for 3 consecutive days, 8 hours a day. It was amazing.
That's awesome. So how do people watch it? Are they glued then to their computers to watch this session, or do they pay? Of course, there is a payment to watch this, but
Well, actually, that was free.
Yeah, it was free. Okay.
That 3-day event was free. It was an invitation to become part of a membership organization where people are getting group coaching on all the types of soft skills associated with growing their businesses. So the event itself was free. So they got to hear over 40 speakers, and if they had been on Facebook at the time, they would have been able to watch that live streaming at the time it was on Facebook Live. I'm sure it's in my feed on Facebook if they scroll back far enough, but we post a lot of stuff, so it might be pushed down a little bit. That's one of the reasons I like to record things and put them onto our Roku channel. We have for our experts, we have a Roku channel that's devoted to self-help education, personal development, health and wellness, and professional development. And so the Roku audience, we can archive everything that we record so that people can go watch it on demand, just like Netflix. In fact, I tell people we're the Netflix of self-help education.
Oh, okay. So any kind of expert can join into your organization.
That's correct. We're looking specifically for people who are public speakers, trainers, coaches, authors, or other types of subject matter experts who would benefit from getting access to a wider audience. And we also want to work with people who are interested in creating online courses, because a lot of experts, they are public speakers. They feel like the only time they can make money or be successful or be helpful to people is if they're on the stage. But the point is that if they convert their knowledge into other formats, audiobooks, written books, video courses, online courses, group coaching online, they have multiple ways for people to learn what they know. And it gives people a greater incentive to tap into them. So we're simply creating a work environment here with the studios and our entire marketing system that gives subject matter experts the opportunity to not have to understand all this stuff to benefit from it. We take care of the technology. They just focus on what they know best.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So then I don't have to worry about the recording or anything. I just talk and you do all the technical stuff, right?
That's right. We have people that fly in from all over the world to use our TV and radio studios to create their online courses, to be interviewed, to do what we call their signature presentation that we put up into our Roku channel. Picture this. The name of the program, by the way, is Experts on Stage. And if people are interested in that, they can visit www.expertsonstage.com. But picture this. When we have a new expert join our organization, we have them do a presentation that goes up into our Roku channel. Roku is internet television. I won't go into detail about that right now, but picture 20 million viewers across the country being able to watch essentially what amounts to our version of TED Talks on demand anytime they want. And they're not, and unlike TED Talks where the format is very rigid, I think they give you 18 minutes or less, something like that. And it's great, but it's not as flexible as what we're doing. We give our experts the opportunity to present in their own style, in their own way, and invite people to join their mailing list and to promote their free offers and things of that nature so that they can start to build a relationship with people who could benefit from what they know. And so our entire platform has been designed to promote experts, get them in front of the right people that can benefit from what they know, and let them make quality connections with them.
That's, you're just blowing my mind right now, because all I'm doing is doing a YouTube upload and, LinkedIn and Facebook. But right now you're blowing my mind. So we will talk.
So Munira, that's exactly why we created this program, because most talented coaching professionals like yourself, their talent isn't understanding all the technology. Their talent is whatever subject they're expert with. So our expertise is making sure we study and understand how to deploy these technologies so that someone like you or another expert can focus on your main core competency, which is whatever your subject matter expert in.
You're so right, because, many of my coaches have said, you need to delegate. But then when you're looking for somebody to delegate, you have to have that person and you have to be in sync with that person. First, find the person, be in sync, because there's some people, I've had a little bitter experience with people that they wanted the money up front, they didn't do the work, then they didn't answer the phone calls, they just took the money, and then those people who show you a variety of work, but they don't do it the way you are supposed to, the way it's supposed to look. So it really is disappointing when you're working with somebody, but here you are in a studio that's, blowing people's minds away. And I am just, right now, I'm blown away myself too.
So outsourcing to appropriate support people is a great idea. It's the best idea. But just like you would pick a team of people to work with you, you want to be very selective about who you have on your team and be clear about what the role they're going to play on the team and things of that nature. So I strongly encourage people to outsource, because you can't do it all yourself. That's the formula for disaster. But you also want to make sure that you're picking the right people to do it with. So one of the things that we do is to make sure that our members, when there are other resources that they need, we don't try to do everything for them either. But when there are other resources that they need, we refer them to the people we personally use, because we've got personal experience with them.
Yeah.
That would include graphics people, web designers, all kinds of resources. Now, we do build websites sometimes inside for some of our clients, but if someone needs help with that, as a general rule, we will refer them to someone who will do it for them.
Oh, that's awesome. You see, so you're a one-stop shop, right?
In a lot of ways, that's exactly right. We can project manage, but our platform, the Experts on Stage platform, is designed to be kind of a turnkey organization where, think about it. It's like a speakers bureau, a marketing system, and a public relations organization all built into one. So it's all under one roof. And all members have to do is join, and we walk them through everything we need for them to do for us to be able to help them put their best foot forward.
Okay, that's awesome. So thank you for sharing the expertsonstage.com.
My pleasure.
So is that where everybody will start?
Yeah, if you go to expertsonstage.com, there's a video at the top of the page that explains in greater detail everything that we do and how it works, and it even has an important membership opportunity that's time sensitive, because it's going to be limited to the first 20 people in each state who take advantage of it. But all the details are there. And if you're interested in finding out more, you can fill in the form on the page, and it'll send us a message, and we can schedule a telephone conference to speak with you and answer questions.
There you go. And how many people do you have on your team?
Are you talking about like the number of experts or the number of people that work with the company?
That work with the company.
Oh, I can't really put a number. Let me think about it a minute. Actively working on a daily basis with us, we have a team of about 10 people, but then we have other people that we outsource to on an as-needed basis, and that could probably be another 10 or 15 people.
Okay. No, I'm just asking because, it seems like it's not a one-person job. It's, it's an operation.
It can't be. We have a big mission here, so we have a growing team of people who are working with us.
So let me ask you this. So from starting out as okay, I'm going to educate people, and now you're doing Experts on Stage. How long did that take, and how long have you been in business?
Well, so I've been in business, not including my law practice. I've been in this industry, self-help education, since about 2005.
Okay.
And the idea for Experts on Stage is actually a new program. We only launched this last month. That's why we have the special promotion. However, we've been in this building with this studio set up for the past 6 years. And so Experts on Stage is simply a natural evolution because we pay very close attention to what's going on in the market. And this is an important lesson for entrepreneurs. We don't want to be, as entrepreneurs, stuck in our way. We don't want to be, focused on trying to maintain. We want to always be open to where new and emerging opportunities exist. So we've actually evolved over the years based on where the market was changing. 5 years ago, there was no such thing as Facebook Live. There was no Periscope. There was no YouTube Live. That changed the market dramatically. Roku was barely existing then. That changed the market dramatically in terms of how we could reach people with a message that would inspire and help to enrich their lives. So we pay attention to those things. And we always look at when new technologies come out, where is the opportunity in that for educators to be able to reach more people and have a greater impact? And we simply incorporate that into what we're doing. So Experts on Stage really represents an evolution of what we started over, almost 15 years ago.
You just blew my mind. That's all I can say is like, I'm in awe. And this is an expert. There's so many coaches out there who are looking for a platform. And yours just, what you shared with me has just created a lot of impact for me. And those people who are going to hear this is going to impact them as well. So thank you so much for being on this show. You just added so much value to our lives.
Well, I'm glad I can help, because I know that if I can see, here's the thing, and this is where I am philosophically. In my law firm, I was very limited in my impact. Even in my own coaching that I do from a business perspective, I coach mostly on internet marketing, social media marketing, and business, entrepreneurship. I was still limited by subject matter. I'm not a health and wellness coach. I'm not a life coach. There are so many other areas. And so I saw to myself, I had the vision. I was like, listen, if I could create the platform through which all these people could create greater awareness of what they do, I could expand my impact exponentially by supporting other subject matter experts instead of limiting myself to just what I know. So now I'm able to work with experts all over the country, all over the world, who have many, many, times more experience with topics than I would ever have by simply being their expert on the technologies.
No, you're doing such a wonderful thing. And I thought I was impacting other people's lives, one video at a time, but you're doing it at multiple level, higher level, it's just, again, it blew my mind.
But see, that's why the lesson is learn, to always be reevaluating what you're doing, to always increase your value, always increase your impact. And of course, we all know that when you increase your impact, you increase your income. So you don't even have to worry about the revenue. Revenue takes care of itself when you're serving more people. Just like Jim Rohn says, I know that you're a John Maxwell certified coach, and I love John Maxwell's work. I love my favorite book with John Maxwell, by the way, is Thinking for a Change. Even though John is more known for, Dr. Maxwell's more known for leadership content, Thinking for a Change was absolutely the best book I think he's ever written. I love it. But my point is that Jim Rohn says, if you want to achieve greatness, find a way to serve the many. For service to many leads to greatness. Now, greatness isn't about you being great. It's having great impact. A lot of people hear greatness and they think, oh, you're just trying to pump yourself. No. It's about leading to greatness, doing something that's great, doing something that has a great impact on others. So if you want to achieve greatness, find a way to serve the many, for service to many leads to greatness. That's what I've worked on. That was what was in my heart when we created Experts on Stage and Village Connector and Small Business CEO, was to serve more people.
No, what you have just done is just, created a different level of awareness for people like me and people who like me who are aspiring to be on stage. This may be an avenue for us to do just that. So we will talk. Thank you.
Well, that is indeed my mission.
So we will talk. Thank you so much for sharing and being on my stage. I am so humbled and so honored to have you here. For those people who are watching, I think this is an amazing platform that you've created. For those people who are watching, if you can please like, subscribe, and share this video. It's going to help us all. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us, having me, Munira. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do to support you.
Yes, I will call you. We will be friends.
Very good.
I assure you. But thank you so much, and I appreciate you, and have a good day.
You too.
Thank you for listening
Bye-bye.
to this episode of Munira's Musings with your host, Munira Zahabi. If you enjoyed our show, please share and subscribe to this channel. And for more content, please join our Facebook group called Navigate to Your Niche.